It was a cool autumn morning in an old neighborhood of Istanbul, where fallen leaves danced with the wind. Levent was watching the workers renovate his apartment's living room. The smell of plaster, dust, and a faint dampness filled the air, whispering secrets of the old house. The workers were breaking down drywall with hammers and chisels. Levent stood aside, thinking about the house, his childhood, and the old furniture left by his grandfather. Suddenly, a small object fell from the wall cavity. One of the workers bent down. "Boss, what is this?" he asked. Levent picked it up and felt his heart skip a beat. It was an old yellowed envelope. On it, written in slightly tilted handwriting, was a name, Margaret Doyle, and a date, October 12th, 1943. Levent carefully opened the envelope. Inside was a single, fragile sheet of paper, almost on the verge of tearing. The ink had faded, but the writing was still legible. The letter. "Dear Margaret, I am writing these lines not knowing if they will ever reach you. Our unit is trying to advance near Normandy, and we are lost. Everything is shrouded in fog. Even our commanders are uncertain of our location. It feels as if the forest is empty except for us, and silence reigns everywhere. If this letter ever reaches someone, know that not a single moment has passed without my thoughts of you. I fear I may never return home. I hope this paper in my bag brings me a little closer to you. I love you. Your brother, Peter Doyle." Levent's breath caught. The "your brother" line was unusual. This wasn't a love letter. It was a family bond letter. But how had this envelope ended up hidden inside a wall in Istanbul? He remembered the house's history. Its previous owner had emigrated from England generations ago. Yet the letter seemed to follow the American postal style. How had it traveled here? Shadows of the past. As Levent examined the letter, he found an old photo album. Black and white pictures of children with dark hair, serious-faced women, and shadowy streets stared back at him. One photograph caught his attention. A young woman labeled Margaret Doyle, smiling in a park with two boys. His pulse quickened. Could this be the same Margaret from the letter? Curious, Levent shared a photo of the letter online. History enthusiasts, collectors, and archive groups on Reddit quickly noticed his post. Found a 1943 letter addressed to Margaret Doyle. Can anyone help? The post went viral. By evening, a message appeared from a user named Doyle Archive 102. "I know whose letter this is. Please contact me immediately." Levent was hesitant, but curiosity got the better of him. He replied, "A 102-year-old visitor." The next morning, the doorbell rang. Standing there was an extremely old man, leaning on a cane, his face lined with deep wrinkles and eyes moist with memories. I am Arthur Doyle," he said. "I was the one who messaged you." Levent, stunned, led him inside. Arthur slowly sat down, taking a deep breath. He held the letter carefully. "Peter, the one who wrote the letter, he was my older brother," Arthur said. Levent's eyes widened. Arthur began recounting old days. "Peter disappeared in 1943 after leaving his unit, and we never found him. There were no records of his death. My mother always believed that the letter would one day resurface. She made tiny holes and secret nooks in the walls of our house, hoping it would one day be discovered." Levent held the letter again, feeling the weight of decades past. Arthur's voice trembled slightly, but every word carried the weight of history. "Margaret," Arthur continued, "after the war, she married a diplomat in Turkey. She never got over Peter's disappearance. I think she brought the letter with her and hid it somewhere in the house. It was her final connection to Peter." The silence of the house, Levent explored every corner of the apartment. He noticed small hidden holes, secret nooks in the walls, silent witnesses to long-forgotten histories. In one corner behind an old shelf, he found a tiny box. Inside were yellowed photographs, letters, a medal, and a rusted pocket watch. Peter's personal belongings. Arthur looked at the items carefully. Seeing them, he took a deep, relieved breath. Knowing this about Peter's life, giving my mother and sister some peace, this is the greatest comfort I could have. These walls have held decades of history, and now the past has come alive again. Levin stayed silent. This was no ordinary renovation story. Years, war, loss, and silence had been hidden inside these walls. The end of the story. The letter and the belongings were no longer just objects. For Arthur, they were memories of a lost brother. For Levent, a living piece of history. That day in the quiet apartment of an old Istanbul neighborhood, the walls bore witness to human history, and the story of Peter Doyle, lost in Normandy decades ago, was finally remembered.